drug addict.
Welcome to Recovering Addict. That's us.
That's our.
Link's a recovering head crush. Pretty much. I'm a recovering addict. Oh, there goes. I'm taking him off the screen. He don't want to be on the screen. I'm taking him off the screen. Tonight is Thursday night here at Recovering Addict. We have a good show for you. Jake is going to walk us through some of, hey, he added himself to the stream. What? Well, watch this. Yeah, checkmate.
I forgot. I realized I didn't have a hat on.
Oh, yeah. We got to cover up these heads on camera, dude. They look much better under a hat.
I know. I'm going.
Links.
I'm going bald.
Like I said, this is Recovering Addict, a show about recovery from addiction. And that could be any type of addiction. I was talking to a guy today in the smoke shop because, yes, I still vape. I'm an addict. Like, I drink rock stars and vape. But we were talking, like, he thought our show was cool because it was more than just alcohol or, illegal substances or weed or, excuse me.
You're excused.
But addiction's addiction. If your body is consumed by a thing that controls your life and you have no control over it, that's an addiction. And it can be sex, gambling. It could be a food disorder where you're either eating too much or not eating at all. It could be even exercise. It could even go into the point where things are healthy, but you've taken it beyond health. You're exercising too much, you're not letting your body sleep. You're depriving your body of the nutrients, all that kind of stuff, right? So we are here to help learn tools together because I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not a doctor, none of that kind of stuff. I just read books that are cited and credited by those people. And so we learn together. We're a giant community that is growing. We have a private Facebook group. We have a Discord. And that's what we use to stay connected and to support and love one another because that's what it takes. I'm LT. This is my son, Link. He's hanging out with us tonight. Felice will be in and out. I'm sure she'll be down here in a minute. Yeah. My curtain's on backwards and it's white, and that's bugging me. I just noticed. But that's all good. Jake, what's up with you, brother?
Oh, not much. Just excited to continue the TBRI story.
Yeah.
Can I start us off with a quote?
Oh, yeah. Link, what's up?
If you don't like the road you're walking, if you don't like the road you're walking, start providing another one. Dolly Parton.
Start providing another road?
Yeah. I think so.
Paving. Pave you a new road if you don't like the one you're on. What's up, Terrence? Welcome to the show. Nice. Glad you're here. Good to see you. Santiago. Santiago in the house. I love
Sarah's a new face, right?
Welcome. Sarah Jane. What's going on, Sarah Jane? Fear equals face everything and rise. Oh, I like that. Welcome to the show. If you are new here, sorry to cut you off, Jake. Drop your sobriety dates. Let us know a little bit about you because you are the most important person in the room. Other than that, I'm going to say hi to some people, and then we'll let Jake take over for a little bit. Merc in the house, the early bird, and Cherie is the worm from what I'm seeing. We got Green-Eyed Cat, who was a titch early, which is all good. What's up, B? Alicia, all I got to say is checkmate. Checkmate. Sam, what's up? All I got to say to you is checkmate.
I got to say checkmate to her, too.
Big hump. Give me about 3-5 more moves. Checkmate. Sorry.
Working on
Kyle.
We're playing 2 games.
Oh, man. Kimmy. Yeah. If you guys did not catch her, she came on the show and told her story. I highly suggest you go back and rewatch that. I've had people come up to me, besides the texts and all the other things that have just like, that show was amazing. I've had people come up to me in public like that was really inspiring. So if you didn't get a chance to watch it, do. I'll let you say what's up to this name because I'll screw it up.
Patrice Wasp.
Patrice Wasp. Good to see you. Marilyn. Wasp. Good to see you.
Marilyn.
There's our one and only Allie.
Hello.
Allie.
Of course. He's an oak. We know that for sure.
Yes, we do.
Mark.
And Felice is in the house hanging out too.
Hello.
Oh,
yeah. That's Sarah
is
Jane.
it Felice or is it Link?
It's Felice.
That's Felice.
Oh, okay.
Or it might be Millie. You never know.
Kelly Ann Jones. What is going on? I love 4 names. Kelly Ann Maria Jones. I love that. That is so cool. Sam, you are getting better at chess. There's no doubt about it. 100%. He comes laughing about it too. Merc, you can't propose to Allie and Sam. Jeez, Merc, calm down. I just called you an oak. Now you're a whatever.
He's a pimper.
All right. So what's up, Jake? What's on the agenda for tonight? And what qualifies you to be sitting here?
Oh, well, I'm a grateful recovering substance user, and life of trauma, life of drugs, abusive relationships. Just and then when my son was born, started white knuckled it for a while to stay clean. 2017, I got into counseling to start overcoming my underlying issues, and had a relapse in February of this year, and joined SOAR, and been dealing with a DCFS case, and just went on from there, just kept going.
Nice.
That was by now.
I'm about to say your studio looks pretty freaking awesome, dude.
It does.
Thank you.
Where are you?
I put it together with some help.
That's so cool. That's awesome, dude. I'm glad you're doing good. I know things are going your direction. Some days you have good days, some days you have bad days, but as a whole, dude, you're just kicking ass. I want to congratulate you in front of everybody.
Thank you. Still an anger beast at times.
Yeah.
Oh, me too.
Hey, the way I see it, when there's a storm, look past the storm and see the sunshine.
Be a buffalo.
Be a buffalo.
Be a buffalo.
Be a buffalo.
Hey, if you guys have been inspired by this, or you've heard anybody say, hey, we came across your channel and joined your community and now we're in recovery, that's one of the reasons we share this, because you never know who's going to be searching at this moment for support, and it may come across their timeline at perfect time. So please, if you can, on Facebook side, YouTube side, copy, paste, share, just hit the share button, go down the thing, click them all, and let things happen.
Hashtag share squad.
Vice versa, you're back. What's going on? I'm nervous about going to AA meetings. Should I be? Absolutely not. They're not going to expect anything from you more than you just being there to learn. They're going to love and support you. That's what AA is all about. You're going to get a cool little 24-hour chip your first time. You don't even have to speak. Just listen to the people around you, because they're just like you and they're just like me. I remember my first AA meeting. They didn't just all of a sudden look at me, and say, hey, what's going on with you? Why don't you tell your story? You can talk if you want to, but you don't have to. You can just sit there and listen. You can even sit in the back. Just grab a cup of coffee and listen. And if somebody approaches you after the meeting, they're going to be friendly, and they're going to have your best interests in their mind, because they were where you are right now. You know what I mean? We were there at one point, struggling, searching in that position, looking for support, and AA was set up that way clear back in the 30s. You know what I mean? And it has continued to grow and flourish, and that's where I love AA meetings.
And something else, can I add something? You're entering a room with people just like you.
Exactly. So what's up, Jake? What's this book all about? Yeah, what do you think for Vice Versa?
It's okay to be nervous.
Yeah,
You've got to have the courage to push through that and get to a meeting. Just get her done. Get after it. Jeanette,
what's going on?
Des is in the house?
Yeah, Des is in the house. Good day, everyone. Des, you got some donut right there. All right, we got a good show for you tonight. Oh, I'm gonna let Jake talk, and I'm gonna make sure I send this for Cassie time. Whoops. Go ahead, Jake.
we're gonna do the
Show.
we're gonna do the Kindle reader.
Yeah, I can do that if you want to. Go ahead and introduce your book, and I'll look this up.
Okay. So, The Connected Child. Oh, there's green on it. Dang it. Yeah, The Connected Child by Karen Purvis and David Cross, both a PhD. Over 20 years of research, they have developed a system called trust-based relational intervention. It is a method of parenting to help children with sensory processing disorders that come from a variety of factors, the top 6 being a stressful pregnancy, premature birth, early hospitalizations, abuse, neglect, and trauma. And so the term that they use most is children from hard places. And as a recovering addict, as a recovering substance user, I have children, and I see a lot of the sensory issues in their day-to-day life, whether it's an auditory sensitivity, a tactile sensitivity, doesn't like crunchy cereal, like claims it hurts his teeth, or a teenager that is trauma avoiding by staying up all night and sleeping all day. So it's just a system that allows it educates and informs an approach that is very attachment and trust based. Lots of trust and attachment engagement activities, as well as supporting a healthy brain chemistry and just helping your children learn the necessary skills to cope with their own sensory issues and possibly rewire the brain to create a different developmental trajectory. Like it's an awesome system, and it boasts almost 100% success rate when utilized properly.
That's cool, dude. All right, so here's the Kindle. Brad, let me clarify that for you. He meant I read it from my Kindle, but it's actually the 24-hour from the AA Thought of the Day, Meditation of the Day, and the Prayer of the Day. And today is December 17th. I have not proofread this, so let's see how bad I screw it up. The way of faith is, of course, not confined to AA. Okay? It's for everybody who really wants to live. But many people can go through life without much of it. Many are doing so their own sorrow. The world is full of lack of faith. Many people have lost confidence in a meaning in the universe. Many are wondering if it has any meaning at all. Many are at loose ends. Life has no goal for many. There are strangers in the land. They are not at home. But for us in AA, listen to this, vice versa if you're still watching. Many of us in AA, the way of faith is the way of life. We have proved by our past lives that we could not live without it. So here's a question. Do I think I could live happily without faith? That's a good question.
Sure, I'll take care of the meditation.
Oh, you got it? Good. Get it.
Right there.
Yeah, I love it.
Just happen to have it. Like I've never even. So he maketh his sun to rise on the evil and the good, and sends the rain on the just and the unjust. God does not interfere with the working of natural laws. The laws of nature are unchangeable. Otherwise, we could not depend on them. As far as natural laws are concerned, God makes no distinction between good and bad people. Sickness or death may strike anywhere, but spiritual laws are also made to be obeyed. On our choice of good or evil depends whether we go upward to true success and victory in life or downward to loss and defeat.
Amen. Our prayer of the day is, I pray that I may choose today the way of the spiritual life. I pray that I may live today with faith, hope, and love.
See what else she said?
Right on.
I said yes.
Oh, Fleece is over on the Facebook side of things now.
Emily.
Go ahead, brother. Show's yours.
Okay. So the last thing we read was a word about medication. Just always remember to follow your doctor's advice when putting your child on medication, taking them off medication, switching medications, things like that. But now we're gonna read. The header says a word about therapies. While talk therapies, example given, cognitive behavioral therapy or CBT, can be beneficial for grown-ups who have mastered language and social conventions. Talk therapies are the least effective option for young children who have suffered sensory processing delays and attachment disorders. At-risk, unattached kids are neurologically unprepared for lengthy discussions, and talk alone is unlikely to activate the attachment they lack. Everything that promotes a child's attachment to the mother is delivered through the senses. The mother's touch is affectionate. Her voice is warm. Her body is soft and molding, and the milk she offers is sweet. Attachment is nurtured and activated through all the senses. Through the parent cooing, cradling, holding, cuddling, gazing, and mirroring the preciousness in a baby's face, talk therapy can't provide this. Oh, there was a period after baby's face. I messed that up. In fact, troubled children often struggle to express themselves through language. Their neurological pathways for language may be compromised because they never had the social interactions necessary to build those pathways, or because exposure to drugs or alcohol disrupted healthy development. That's why hands-on, playful physical activities such as drawing or puppet shows can be more appropriate vehicles of communication for these kids. Surprisingly, to make genuine forward progress, sometimes it is more effective to let the child return to an earlier developmental level where he or she got stuck and lost. It is at this point that parents can work intensively with their children to nurture and teach skills from all the levels that were missed. So during the first 2 years of life is a cascade of yeses. In a nurturing home, every time a baby cries, you run and you say yes. I will feed you, I will clothe you, I will warm you, I will make sure that you're dry. And a child develops those neural pathways of trust and affection and connection during those first 2 years. And so that's why foster children or children from, adopted from orphanages, they don't get those yeses. And so they have those developmental delays in building trust with a loving caregiver. So that's because they can't articulate their wants or their needs. The next header is bring it home with you. We strongly suggest that you choose specialists and professionals who encourage parental participation and who will train you in supplemental methods that you can incorporate into your home environment. Children with multifaceted impairments cannot be effectively healed in a single weekly session. They will, however, benefit from daily practice and reinforcement. For example, a 45-minute occupational therapy session for sensory dysfunction will become more effective when those treatments are sustained and supplemented with appropriate daily activities and exercises at home. Seek out professionals who will share their specialized expertise with you and who will enable you to support your child's growth throughout the week. So, like on that, the occupational therapy, I actually have like a putty, like a little putty that Drake plays with, and his OT, occupational therapist, she wants him playing with it, right? To, stimulate that sensory, give him that input, but then also to develop the smaller muscles in his hands. So it's interesting. And then playing games where he goes off balance to develop his core and things like that. So there's that, and then daily exercises to help increase his body awareness, that mind-body connection, so that he has that felt sense, so it's helping. I can't rave enough about this without becoming redundant. The next header, engage, play, and praise. Play is shared joy and a great vehicle for active learning. Playfulness signals safety, making it especially healing for children with special needs. Use playfulness and positive feedback whenever possible throughout the day. Your child also learns best when actively engaged and physically involved, talking, touching, looking, moving, speaking, and interacting. So strive to stimulate your child's delight and curiosity. It's okay to act silly and have fun together. Look for reasons to praise your child, and whenever possible, make your time together enjoyable. You will know healing has begun at that sweet moment when you and your child look into each other's eyes and smile with sheer delight. See right there.
Digging
See
it.
that playful interaction right there? LT picking LT's nose. There you go. That's the way.
Hey, you want to take a second and do
Absolutely.
the Discord question of the day? I love the Discord question of the day. All right, the Discord question of the day comes from our very own Squid. How do you tell someone you fear them, but you want to repair the issue with them? And this goes about bullying. I don't know if you've ever been bullied. I've been bullied as a child, and one significant bully issue that sticks out to me. I smoked cigarettes. Right, I was probably how old was I? 11 or 12, maybe 11. But I smoked cigarettes, and the kid that was there told the kids at school. The kids ended up, you know how kids are at that age. But I remember coming home on the bus, and we're getting off the bus, and as I'm coming off the bus, the whole school bus is chanting, "We hate LT. We hate LT." And I'm just like, oh, by the time I get to the front of the bus, I'm like, oh, I'm just like breaking down, trying not to cry. That was probably the most severe bullying that I've had as far as like that goes. Other bullying, not too much. I handled it pretty well. But the rest of the question, it says, but you only hit a bump in the road in what you have done with that person. She says, I've been bullied multiple times by males all through my elementary to high school years. So how do you confront? I don't know. I kind of take the question is, how do you confront a bully?
Yo, I wrote a quote about this that perfectly answers this question. Find what you're afraid of, make friends with it, then you won't be afraid.
Oh, he sure did. Right there. I like that. Find what you're afraid of, make friends, and then you won't be afraid. That's one option. What do you think, Jake?
I attack what I'm afraid of. Like,
yeah, I don't know. I would say that's a tough question. I mean, avoid bullies as much as you can. Maybe tell on them. I don't know. Or try to make friends with them. See if that you can. And I'm going to use the stinking chess analogy because that's all I've been doing is playing chess lately. Try to outwit their mind with your mind and make them turn into your friend. I don't know.
I like that.
Or use direct, effective communication. Just walk in there and say, hey, this is how I feel. This is how your behaviors make me feel. So take it as it is. But, that's it. That's the issue,
Vice versa says, thoughts on AA meetings on Zoom as opposed to in-person meetings. And vice versa. If you want to partake in chess, join our Discord. I don't know if anybody has that link handy. They can drop it real quick. We have a chess channel now, and in there you have ISO or you have Android or Apple, whichever phone you got. You can download it and then look us up. But the thoughts on the AA meetings, obviously in person is the best, and it depends on age range. A lot of people that I've talked to, the older the audience, I'm 40, so people older than me are like, I hate Zoom, I hate technology, I want to be in person only. People my age and younger are more adapt to the Zoom, and a lot of people do like the Zoom because they don't have to leave the house, they can just do it from their home. But the advantages and disadvantages obviously are when you're in person, you can see that real-time body language, you can throw out the little jokes real quick that Zoom and microphones and speakers seem to cut off and make it hard to communicate, and that it's complete 100% real time. You get to hug each other, which is awesome. We're human and we're affectionate creatures. Zoom kind of keeps us in that isolated feeling. There's plus and there's advantages and disadvantages to both. I really like Zoom. I think I like Zooms better than in person personally. But either way, if you're with a group of people that are like-minded talking about recovery, That's where you need to be, whichever option you can do.
Which part, Des?
Whoops.
Oh, there we go. Wrong one.
Shut up, Merc.
Which part?
Oh, is that from the dog?
And then Brad, I'll private message you. I finished the Connected Parent, and that's mostly for parents. I believe the Connected Child is the same, but I have literally been reading like it for the first time as I'm reading on the live stream. Like, I don't know. I sort of wanted to do it cold. I wanted to, have my initial thoughts, but I am also doing the TBRI training officially at the counseling center that I go to.
Yeah, the connections around the world, I think, are awesome. That's another cool thing. If you like to travel, if you want to travel the world and not leave your house, go to a AA or an NA meeting in Scotland, because you can actually do that now. You can go in and you hear all the different dialects, and I don't know, it's cool. Big Hump says, I like in-person chess. Dang telephone app for this old man. That's funny. Hey, the mayor's daughter's in town. What's going on?
What's up?
Brad says, I haven't made it through this one yet, and I need to get the one you're doing. Word.
The books. Yeah.
What's up, Alan? Fleece just posted the Discord. I don't know if you can post that in. I can't copy and paste from here, dang it. Or I'd post it to you there on Periscope. Vice versa. Did you notice that Periscope is going to be, they're doing away with that platform? That platform is gone in a couple months.
Huh.
Yep. R.I.P. Periscope. So sad. I was just getting to know it.
Rip.
Allie says, in-person meetings for me personally make me step out of my comfort zone. Yeah, that's a good thing. Nothing great was created inside of comfort zones. Challenges make you great. So I say in-person meetings. Yeah, that's another valid point for a positive on in-person meetings for sure.
Challenges stimulate growth.
100%. All the meetings are closed in my town, so I rely heavily on lives and recovery groups as well as Zoom and in the rooms. If it wasn't for those, I'd be in trouble. I look at it like this, man. These live streams, in-person meetings are a great supplement to local face-to-face recovery. We are, when you get done working out, it's like you can have chicken and broccoli, or if all you got is a protein shake, that's a great supplement. It does a trick, but it's not as good as a chicken breast and some broccoli.
Hey, will you post the link in the description or whatever to the?
Oh yeah, let me get it. Hold on. Yeah, stand by. Take the show over, and I will do that.
Okay, here we are. Continuing now. So, next header is common obstacles to attachment. There are certain child-rearing habits that can undermine strong parent-child connections and secure attachment. Child carriers. Child carriers are handy for the odd occasion, but too many families use them as a crutch. And that's like the little basket, little car seat thing. Like every minute that a child spends in a carrier is one less minute. It is the child is having that connection with the parent. Like I always, instead of the carrier, like even before I knew about this system, instead of like the car seat, carrying Drake around in the car seat, I had a chest bag, with one of those like harnesses that the baby would just sit right here on my chest. And like I carried him around like that for as long as I could until he got too big for the damn thing. And then he was always on my hip or like, under my arm or on my shoulders. I lost my page. Damn. There we go. Child carriers are handy for the odd occasion, but too many families use them as a crutch. For example, a mother might come into a coffee shop with friends and just leave the child sitting in the carrier. The problem here is that a carrier won't give your child the social interactions he needs to awaken healthy neurological connections in the brain. When a child is in your arms, he feels the vibration of your chest as you talk. He hears your voice. He feels the warmth of your body. He feels your pat as you stroke him, and he watches you smile and coo at him. That is fundamentally and profoundly different from a baby who cannot see the parent and is kept strapped in an inanimate plastic carrier. A newborn has a short range of vision, roughly equivalent to the distance from a mother's breast to her face. By restricting your infant to a carrier, disconnected from your body and kept out of visual range, his sensory and relationship abilities cannot develop optimally. Whenever possible, pick up, hold, and cuddle your infant or toddler. This is crucially important in helping an adopted or harmed child overcome any legacy of deprivation. Like, you know, and even today, like, basically, anytime Drake's within his arm's reach, like, I will touch his face or squeeze his arm or run my fingers through his hair.
Pick his nose.
There you go. That was see, Link? It's already working. How do you feel?
I feel amazing. Knowing that this guy is right here, I feel good.
Thanks, buddy.
Yes. Excellent. Okay, another outdated is timeouts. Timeouts are a common form of discipline in which a youngster is typically sent away from the parent and forced to spend time alone in another room. Unfortunately, this strategy backfires with special needs children, especially those who have been adopted or who have attachment difficulties. These youngsters will often feel disconnected from their family and other people, isolating her physically by herself. Okay, there was another period. Isolating her physically by herself in a room just reinforces her deeply ingrained experience that she can only rely on herself and that she is alone against the world. If you want to discipline or correct poor behavior, it is better to bring the child in closer. Instead of pushing him away or rejecting him, to correct behavior, stay nearby and keep the child under close supervision. For discipline, use a think it over strategy, where your child goes to sit in a think it over spot, while you go along and stay within close range, ready to engage constructively when your child becomes willing to discuss what went wrong. This closeness, even during times when your child is behaving poorly, illustrates to your little one that you love him or her and are prepared to help work through problems. The next one, lack of eye contact. Because of our hurried lifestyles, living life in the fast lane, parents are constantly juggling many balls at once. With so much vying for your attention, long stretches can go by without you making eye contact with your children. Make a conscious effort to mentally shift gears and put aside whatever you're doing when your child is speaking. Look at your child directly and kindly. There's a sneeze coming. When he or she is speaking, those minutes of full attention, that's the beauty of live television. Those moments right there. So nice. Those minutes of full attention don't take a great deal of your time, but are a huge gift to your child. Eye contact goes a long way in cementing the parent-child connection. Television, movies, and electronic games. Children who tend to be somewhat disassociative or lack attachment skills will seek out TV and play electronic games frequently because these distractions are spellbinding and don't require social responsiveness. That alone is enough reason to strictly limit these activities. You need to increase the amount of time your at-risk child spends. Let me finish this paragraph real quick. Spends with people and reduce the time he or she spends alone with the machines or objects. An hour a day of television should be fine. But remember, TV and electronic games cater
And he's gone.
to
All right, we're gonna remove Jake just for a minute, and we're gonna bring Cassie on. Sorry, Jake, you are frozen. Cassie, long time no talk.
Hey! How are you guys?
Good. How are you?
Good. Hi, Linky. How are you?
I'm doing awesome. How are you doing?
I'm lovely. You look pretty.
Oh, here
official
comes
sitting
Millie.
there. Millie, Mill.
Thank you.
Hi, sweet Millie. How are you?
Good.
There is a little bit of a delay, I think, LT. Can you hear it?
Yeah,
No.
there is a
Okay.
delay.
Okay, it's okay. Just making sure we're
Yeah,
not like
Jake
robots.
Froze out too.
Okay. Everybody's pulling at the same time.
Yep. Internet is packed. I-15 is just packed.
Jam packed, bumper to bumper.
Yeah.
I'm giving the news report, the weather report today.
They say,
Hi,
"Hey,
Alicia.
give us we haven't talked to you for a while. Give us an update. Where you been? What you been up to?
Well, the other day when I completely missed, I apologize. My best friend's grandmother, 91, fell and hit her face. She was taking the trash out. She's 91. She's like grandpa, even actually in a little bit better condition, and literally
Wow.
caught her slipper and fell and hit her face on the concrete. So she like busted her lip, right? Has like a huge bust. She cut like above her eyebrow right here. So her eye is black and blue. And then this other one got black and blue. She cut her hand open. And like I was the closest. So I just rushed there and like the ambulance there. I left my car on and I was obviously kept my mask. Everybody had their mask and it was crazy. So and she was all shaken up, but she refused to go. She was like, I'm not leaving my house. I'm like, I'm here. I'm not leaving my house. I'm like, okay, this is Buckaroo 500 and she's a woman. I'm definitely not going to argue. She's not leaving her house. Okay, paramedics. So that was it. So I stayed and I bandaged her up and she's good to go.
Awesome. Yeah, you were straight fight mode. That's cool.
And I asked Joni, I am like, when it comes to that, I'm a big wimp, like blood and any of that. Like, I'm like, oh, like I can't take it. But I just literally, truly, it was God though. I just want to, that's kind of my testimony to all this because I'm such a weenie, no BS. Like literally God came and he was like, and I was like, yeah, and we like linked arms and I did that. And then the next day I had to go back because she had that big cut right there. I had to rebandage her. I had to cut the skin off, this like chunk of dead skin. It was slimy and like to talk about it right now, I'm gonna pass out. But I did do that. I did it. Yes. So,
hey, show
that's
big
what
hump
I've been
your
doing.
hoodie.
Huh?
Show big hump that hoodie.
Oh, this is actually a onesie that I have on right now.
Yes. We need a full body shot.
Look, the Raiders are on right now. It's Thursday night. Auntie Cookie's watching football. Okay.
Did you see what he said? Full attention. Not watching Hump's a Raiders fan.
Oh, yeah. You know how the girls try to do that sexy stuff? Like, oh, yeah. Oh. And she's in a onesie.
Yeah.
That's it. So, yeah. Okay, so here's my quote. Ready?
Yes.
It can be a slow process, but quitting won't speed it up.
Amen.
Right?
That's a good one.
Right. I was like, that was short, that was simple, but right now, bing.
Wow. Slow process,
Wasn't that
but
good?
make it go faster.
I was like, isn't that perfect?
Yeah, that
for
was
whatever you've got going, it doesn't matter. Quitting isn't gonna speed it up. Period. I see.
Brad's offended by your Rosie. Oh, she's a TikTok superstar over here.
I saw that. Oh well, it's okay. You know I'm cute in my onesie.
Awesome.
What Linky? What are you saying?
Savage love.
I don't know how to do it. All right, I love you guys. We got to get back to the Raiders. We got 7 minutes left, and
Who's
we're
winning?
kind of winning, not winning. No, it's Chargers 24-17.
Ah, damn.
Yeah,
You know I'm a Raiders fan.
Raiders fan. We're loyal. That's what it's about. It's not about winning. We would sure like to, but gosh darn it, we just stay loyal.
Oh, yeah.
All right, come on, everybody. Let's bring it together, and we're going to continue to spread that love. Love you guys. Good night.
Love you. Bye.
Love
Welcome back. Jake, are you frozen? Yeah, he was so frozen he's blowing air. You see the cold air come out of his mouth?
All right. So I'm just going to scroll back up just a little bit to right here. So that's like a case by case, but usually, you know, you have you can get your break when they're sleeping, or when you get them engaged in some type of a sensory activity. There are practices, but really, parenting a child with sensory issues. And I'm not saying that your child has sensory issues. I'm just saying
this is what I do. All better.
That was a good one.
Just kidding.
That was a good one.
Yeah, but it takes a lot of time and a lot of a sacrifice to get this to make this effective. But then there's as we'll get to a point in the book where I think it'll talk about playful engagement, and just like ways to get those breaks, but as far as and it also depends on what your definition of clingy is. Like, as you guys watch the stream, anybody that's paid attention, Drake will come in and he'll give me hugs and go and do his own thing. Or like when I do have the use of a vehicle, and he's riding shotgun, he'll want to hold my hand, or, when we're watching a show, he'll just want to like cuddle and stuff. So it's nice. Like, it gets to a point where like that bond and that attachment between you and your child is just like, it stops feeling clingy, and it's just feels loving. Like it's really, really good. Really good. Oh, I'm not going to cry. That's not what's happening.
The link joke. I feel it.
Drop it, buddy.
Why did the
I want to come up.
Jeanette, she liked me kicking Link out of the picture.
Yeah.
Now, I understand that. Sometimes, man, if it's been, we're stuck in the house for 3-4 days and my kids are just in my, oh man, no, I get it. I have 4 kids. I changed diapers for 9 years. I understand the break thing. But we don't have any special needs kids. Link's as close as we get as far as you're not special needs, but you know what I'm saying?
Especially for my medication.
Yeah. That medication. But I get it. The break. Sometimes, if there's the 2 parents in the option, you let one parent take over. Get that dog out of here before it kicks over my camera.
Riley.
Come on, go. We're about to have a catastrophe here.
Riley. Come on.
Oh, here we go.
There you go.
Oh my god. She's being psycho.
Yeah.
Come on.
Okay, we're good.
You bumped the camera. I saw it move.
Yeah, that was the dog.
She's gone.
Little Riley going crazy. Yes.
I put Drake on. I let Drake get some YouTube time if I need to have some time to myself or chill, or get him on the Minecraft if I want to just sort of sit in the living room and read or build one of my models, or design a workout for somebody or what have you. Like, I have lots of opportunities to get those little breaks because of giving him that autonomy. What is she saying? You don't get 5 what?
Well, Felice said date night, and then Shree's like, get 5 kids out of it, and I said no. Almost broke my neck. I shook it so hard. But yeah, I don't know if there's options to have a babysitter, a brother, sister, mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, that kind of thing. Jump in, even if it's just for an hour. An hour. have them come over, or you go over there for 1 hour, and you could go for a nice walk, drop the telephone, drop everything, and just enjoy fresh air, sunshine, whatever, look for, just be creative with your options.
Yeah, but then when your kids become like your favorite people to hang out with too, like,
Yeah.
Like for me, it's not, come on, let's play a board game. Usually Drake will get bored and, oh, I lost. Goodbye. Well,
Why do you think they call Jake? Why do you
that
think
was my favorite time, though. That was my most favorite age. I loved Drake when he was 2. Like, I love him all a lot, but when he was 2 especially, he was like, Daddy, Daddy. Like running around the house like a little demon. It was awesome.
Daddy?
I loved it. Like, just messing shit up. It was fantastic.
Jake, why do you think they call them board games?
Because it's like a thin piece of cardboard.
Because they're so. Because it makes you bored.
It makes you bored. I think they're fantastic.
So true. My kids are my favorite people in the world.
Did they teach you how to play chess?
8 just gets better every year. It does. Yeah, Link knows how to play chess. Is that what you're asking?
Oh, did your kids teach you how to play chess, Sam?
Jeanette's 15 and 2. Well, that's a big gap right there. My oldest is 16. My youngest is 9.
There's always duct tape.
But shave their arms first so it doesn't rip the hair when you pull it off.
2-year-olds have arm hair?
Not if you use duct tape before shaving.
That's correct. That's correct.
Her son taught her. He's better than her.
Not with the way you're playing.
He taught me when he was 6. That's cool.
That is cool. That's cool. And I'm just being a harmless troll. I'm just being a harmless troll. But seriously, get better at chess.
I just hate you. Your rook is gone.
So where was I before I froze?
You were doing the timeout thing, and then you had a little paragraph to finish, and then Cassie popped on, and all of a sudden you went max headroom on us.
Yesterday, I can't teach you how to play chess.
I am a rock god. Okay. So television, movies, and electronic games.
Yeah. Yep.
How much duct tape did he use?
Not enough. He's on here texting. Gorilla, there you go, Jeanette. That 2-year-old is still okay. Sorry, go ahead. Ooh, Energizer Bunny babies. Usually there's a storm before they fall asleep. I've noticed when my kids were that young, they'd get all like hyper, spinning around. All of a sudden, they were out. All right, putting you full screen. Jake, shows yours. Did your audio disappear?
Okay. So I'm just going to read the paragraph that I was reading before Cassie popped on, because I have no idea where I was or what you guys heard last. So we were talking about television, movies, and electronic games. You need to increase the amount of time your at-risk child spends with people and reduce the time he or she spends alone with machines or objects. An hour a day of television should be fine, but remember, TV and electronic games cater to short attention spans. You want to encourage activities that extend the attention span. There are plenty of toys that you can offer your child, but don't hand over a toy and say, now go play alone. Play with the toy together. When at-risk children are encouraged to spend more time with inanimate devices, it further decreases their social skills, weakens their attention, and increases their It's been a very long day. It's been a long day. Propensity to aggression and poor social choices. Okay, next header. Parenting is a balancing act. Effective parenting is a balancing act. As parents, we want to be lenient and affectionate enough that children feel safe to explore and try new things. Yet, we need to be strict enough that children can navigate the world safely and appropriately with respect for authority. One way to describe parents need to offer an effective mix.
My bad. Sorry.
Big
Big hump.
Arsenio Hall.
I'm at like 2 months ago. I was like, ooh, ooh, ooh. And Big Hump's like, don't ever do that again.
Yes. Yes.
Good night, Kimmy.
Good night, Kimmy. One way to describe this balance is to say that parents need to offer an effective mix of nurturing and structure. When we achieve the right balance of nurturing and structure, a child experiences a sense of safety, a sense of trust, a release of control, and the capacity to try new behaviors. So, like, that's something that I've been doing, like creating consistency and structure, and doing my best to maintain those things. Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, feed your gecko. Drake has a crested gecko named, what did he name it? Bat gecko. It's bat gecko now. It used to be rocket, and now it's bat gecko.
I like that.
And those were also the nights that he would bathe. So it's those nights we don't have any questions. He knows. Boom. These are the things that I need to do tonight. These are the things that I do on these nights, and usually we don't have any issues with that. But then also allowing him his voice and allowing him to, just really, I sort of lost where I was going with that. So another way to describe this balance is to focus on connecting and correcting. When we're connecting with our children, we promote a close, warm, interactive, and safe relationship. We purposefully match their behaviors, initiate eye contact, play together, and praise them for their efforts. These techniques build warm and positive interpersonal bonds, which are vitally therapeutic for impaired and harmed children. At the same time, you need to take on the role of teacher, gently correcting, not punishing, your child to help him or her master new skills and better alternatives to old maladaptive habits. Correcting means showing and coaching your child how to handle himself in a given situation and letting him practice safely without shame until he gets it right. You can use correcting to teach your child how to self-regulate, how to show respect, how to follow directions, and how to acquire a host of other social skills. All the techniques in this book have been designed to help you reach the optimal balance in parenting your adopted child. I think this might be a testimonial. You have so much you want to give to the kids, so much experience and all the resources they need, like taking them to look at animals or dinosaur tracks or giving them karate lessons. All this I thought was, I said that funny. All this I thought was enriching, but after working with Dr. Cross and Dr. Purvis, I realized I never gave my kids anything about relationships. Of all the stuff you read out there on parenting, you don't read about making connections. In this society, everybody is valued for how much money they bring in or the achievements their kids make. You try to give your kids all these skill sets. You do it for the right reasons, but I'm driving them all around town and they're looking at the back of my head all day. The piece that Dr. Purvis and Dr. Cross taught me is to turn around and look at them, hopefully not while operating a motor vehicle. This is not just about impaired children. It's about looking your kids in the eye. I'm at home all the time and I didn't do it. I've learned that what I have of value for them is my relationship to them. If there is anything we've got to teach them, it is trust us, we'll be there for you. Mother of 3-year-old Cindy and 6-year-old David, both adopted domestically at birth. So, that was... I've had a few conversations, like, why aren't they teaching emotional regulation? Like, who cares about, history is important, right? Knowing history and stuff. But why aren't we teaching valuable life skills? Like, they teach you budgeting. but they don't teach you how to emotionally regulate in a hard situation. They don't teach you how to spot, manipulative traits in others. Like, and I know that's like advanced stuff, but you can, make it age appropriate. Like,
I don't know if your parents were anything like mine. And I'm mostly speaking about my dad, but he didn't know how to handle those situations. So how the heck was he going to teach me? Neither did his dad.
Yeah.
It's one of those things. The stuff's passed down. It seems like it would be logical to teach him, but man,
But you've learned from
you know what I'm saying?
You've been able to teach it to me.
And then we learn, and we can, luckily we're in recovery. Like my dad's not. And so the lessons I'm learning, and they're learning along with me, not only do I get to teach them and try to show them by example and fail, I'm human, but they sit alongside me in a lot of Zoom meetings sometimes, or like right now, this live, he's hearing all this stuff.
Yeah.
And when we read upstairs, or if we go to meetings together and all that stuff.
Thursday night family group at AA.
Yeah. We had family group. Know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, I think about that sometimes, like, why aren't we teaching those skills?
Right.
They're important. Get off your chess game.
I'm listening.
Are you playing chess right now?
Maybe.
Lifestyle commitment is the next header. How much time do we have? Okay, a couple of minutes. Okay, so this will be the last part that I read. A lifestyle commitment. Many families live at breakneck speed. They hurry to work, to daycare, to civic meetings, and to social engagements. They ferry the kids from scouts to soccer to piano lessons to school and back again. The parent becomes a chauffeur with a checkbook, someone who waves goodbye in the morning and barely says hello again at night. As parents whip through these hectic days, children are expected to just tag along, absorb life lessons, and feel connected to their families. But an at-risk, attachment-challenged child just won't get it. Adopted and foster children need lots of individualized, focused time with their parents in order to catch up on developmentally and to form close and loyal family bonds. It can be tough for fast-lane parents to reconcile that their at-risk children will need continual support and guidance to keep moving in the right direction. Children who come from hard places don't overcome their history in 6 weeks. It can take years before new, improved life skills and attachment take permanent root for these children. Parents who are seriously committed to helping a troubled and challenged child thrive will vastly increase their odds of success by making a fundamental policy decision to slow down their lives and put their child's needs first. Joining the Women's League can wait for a few years. This youngster can't. You can see immediate benefits when you implement the techniques described in this book, but they won't be sustained unless they are reinforced over months and years. Before you and the child need to keep practicing these new skills until they are second nature to you. Whoa. Like, I'm loving this. Like, I have to focus on not reading ahead so that I can share this experience. It's that was my whole in my head was to yay. It's going to be hours of reaction, like a blind reaction for hours.
Yeah, this is a
what was that?
B says, I hear you, Jake. Nothing happens unless the child has good communication skills. It is important to teach good communication skills. I think, I look back and regret a lot of things with my 2 oldest boys because they lived with me, before my alcoholism. But before my alcoholism, like I've told you guys a million times, I lived as an addict in my thinking and the way that I handled life, period. Right. And then I became an alcoholic, and the 2 oldest ones bore the brunt of that. But I was glad to be able to teach them these good communication skills. We haven't been complimented a million times, even in our family groups that we did in our counseling sessions. They were, the counselor was surprised at how well articulate they would be able to be talking about their emotions or what they were going through. So I tried to instill that in them because of my experience being raised by my dad. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I had a similar situation. We had a family therapist coming over for the last couple of months, and like his whole reason for being in our house was to teach me and the kids positive strength-based relationship building. And it was just consistently like he would, oh, what are your family values? Do you guys know what those are? Like, have you written them down? And I just sort of gestured to this poster I have on the wall. And it's like, oh, you mean that's been up there for a year? Like, he finally like discharged us and like concluded, our family therapy, because I'm already doing everything that he was going to teach us. He was like, it was wild. It was wild.
That's cool. I can't believe how fast this hour went by. It feels like we just started.
Dude, it feels like only 15 minutes.
Yeah, this is wild. Let me see if the girls want to come down.
Is John here? Who's posting the Serenity Prayer?
John V is not in the building tonight. I haven't seen
John.
And I feel bad because his lives are like at the perfect time where I'm always busy doing something and I can't do the double task like I usually do. But John, if you do hear this, I apologize for not being in your shows. Yeah. Jeanette's gonna get her some. Is Millie coming?
No. She's like, no.
Yeah, I'm good. All right.
Sure,
All right. I'm gonna mute us, and you can say it, or we'll say it and mute you. You decide.
I'll say it.
All right. I'm muting.
God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Amen.
Link, he wants to end us off with a quote.
Stay hopeful. Tomorrow brings a new day, a fresh beginning. Good night.
Ooh, stay hopeful.
Good co-host.
Yeah, very good. So cool.
Is Jeanette in the Discord?
Yes.
She's been in our Zoom meetings too. I got to meet her face to face the other day. It's pretty cool.
Oh, I'm Savage Trainer on the Discord. If you're in there, like if you have any questions, like I am not like trained psychiatrist or anything like that, but I am going through like a formal training.
Wink.
So I'm available for questions, or like I can send you the links or whatever. I can share my experience with TBRI and helping Drake with his sensory issues, as well as a teenager, Cameron as well.
I feel you, Big Hump. I'm in the same boat, man.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So Sunday night we have Amber from Put the Shovel Down joining us. We're going to hear from her, catch up, see how she's doing. And I think our topic's going to be IOPs and the importance of IOPs. Oh, and another thing I wanted to talk about is I'm setting up that 30-day class, right? I was going to launch it Monday, but I feel like I'm rushing it just like I do everything in my life. I'm going to wait till after January. I'm going to let the holidays go by. I'll be able to build it a little more because I know I keep getting these ideas and kind of popping them in there as I go. So I'm going to wait. What is it? The end of the year in like 2 weeks anyway. So a couple more weeks, and then I will launch that 30-day course I've been talking about. And then we're going to do the prototype for 30 days and let it build itself and then really rock it. So Sunday night, Amber from Put the Shovel Down will be here with us. Jake, thanks again on a Thursday night. One of these days, we're just going to pass the show on to you, and I'll be upstairs taking a nap. Okay. Just kidding.
Well, the steps have been taken, So,
yes.
My mouse still sucks. So if you want to take us out with the mouth work,
absolutely, I got this. All right, y'all. Until Sunday night. Do not
Stay
put
savage.
yourself in a high sis situation. Stay strong. Work your program. And
Program. And remember,
We
we recover better
together.
together.